Real quick, just letting you know before we get too far into this video, I'm going to start streaming on Twitch again. I'm bringing that back, so my first stream will be 6 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, February 28th. I'm going to start off by watching some Mac Jones tape. I haven't watched anything from him except for the two playoff games, so I'm looking forward to getting more of a deep dive of him and seeing my general thoughts. You guys can do that with me. We'll watch some other stuff, I'm sure, take some suggestions from the chat. And if you can't make it, don't worry. I am also creating a JKS Clips channel, so you can check that out as well. The link will be in the description below for that. So I'm going to have the full video on there. Check that out. There's also podcast clips, things like that. Anyways, back to your regularly scheduled video. So I think it's fair to say Donovan Smith makes absolutely zero sense. Basically, the entire thing Tampa Bay did with Donovan Smith is it completely goes against what anyone would say you should do with a football player. So just to set the stage of how everything worked, Smith was he was technically a second-round pick, but it was the 34th overall pick, so very high second-round pick. And he wasn't great. In fact, it kind of looked like he was a bust at a certain point. A lot of people said, well, you should probably move him to guard because he would probably be better there than he would be as a tackle. Tampa Bay said, no, we're going to keep him at tackle. And not only that, but we're going to make him one of the highest paid offensive linemen in football, which again, zero sense, zero logic behind it. And then somehow he just ends up getting better after getting paid. I've never seen it in my life where you pay a player just because you hope that they'll get better, and they do. Like, that's never happened. Part of the reason he got paid is he doesn't miss playing time. He's had over 1,000 snaps every single season he's played, which is 6 seasons, which that's crazy for an offensive lineman to have 6,693 snaps in 6 seasons. Just ridiculous. But yeah, also he was good, so I want to talk about that. I want to talk about his playoff run because he was a huge part of this playoff run, and they don't win the Super Bowl without him being able to shut down some really good players. So we're going to go through the entire playoff run. We'll start off with, the game they started off with, Washington, and we're going to start off with this. This is a Chase Young play. Smith really did do a great job on Chase Young, where he kind of held him in check through a large part of it. Gronkowski helped a little, but it really was Smith, and I almost feel like the couple of highlight-level blocks that Gronkowski had on Young kind of took away from what Smith did, because he was on an island with Smith for a large part of it. Watching this play, Young's going to try to make sort of a double move type thing, and it just doesn't work out. I mean, Young eventually was able to get to Brady, but Brady gets rid of the ball too quickly. You have to be faster than that, so you have to just kind of try a straight-up move, but that play shows how Chase Young felt about being able to just try, a speed rush or, something like a rip move, something to get there quickly. He just knew it wasn't going to work. He had to get a bit creative, but you can't do that with Brady as the quarterback. So it was quite the conundrum, and that just kind of goes to show, I think part of what made Smith so successful was he's sometimes the guy where he can't hold on for 3 seconds, but he'll give you a couple seconds, and that's what Brady needed. So there's that. Okay, now let's go over to the New Orleans game now. From one breakout star in Chase Young to another breakout star in Trey Hendrickson last year for the Saints. He's going up one-on-one against Donovan Smith, obviously, and watch what happens. Hendrickson is going to get really try sort of a bull rush move here against Smith, but what Smith does is he gets that left arm in that shoulder pad area to Henderson's right, and that's what Smith is able to do is honestly, I feel like his hands have just gotten way better. And, it kind of makes sense, right? You have this guy in Donovan Smith who, the things he struggled with have really been footwork and hands when he was younger. And those are things that it takes a minute to get better at. And so the fact that we've seen him get better at it, it's not that surprising, I suppose. And he's always been so strong that we knew that if he could just, if he had better footwork, he would be great. And the footwork's gotten better, the hands have gotten a lot better, and that's been a key reason for his success. I mean, watch him just completely stop Hendrickson in his tracks right there. And oh, by the way, that was the go-ahead touchdown to Leonard Fournette, so that was nice too. So now let's go to Green Bay. He was up against both Preston Smith and Zadarius Smith at times, although Zadarius Smith not as much. It was mostly Preston Smith. This time he's going up against Preston Smith one-on-one. And again, once this play starts, watch Donovan Smith's, there's a lot of Smiths going on here. Watch Donovan Smith's right arm and how he's going to grab onto the left shoulder pad of Preston Smith right here. So now Smith, he's in a tough, now Preston Smith, Jesus, this is difficult. Now Preston Smith is in a tough situation where really what do you do? If he can try to get to the outside, Donovan Smith is just going to completely push him out of the way. So that's not going to work. So Preston Smith feels like he has nothing else he can do except for go to the inside. But when he does that, there's really, plenty of room for Brady to step to the outside, and he throws a bomb downfield for a big completion. So, you basically gave up containment, and Preston Smith felt like he had to give up containment just because he got beat right at that first move. I like this play a lot. So this one's interesting. It could be a blitz right here. They don't know it, but it looks like Tampa Bay is ready for a potential blitz with Daniel Sorensen being the safety who's in the box right here. He will blitz from time to time, so I get it. Basically, the move is that, Gronkowski covers 51 and Donovan Smith covers 49. If one of those guys isn't rushing the passer, then you find somebody to help out. That's what you do. Sometimes what you do is if Sorensen isn't rushing the passer, then Gronkowski will pass off his man to Smith. So still make sure that that guy's getting blocked, but once you see Smith has him, then run a route of some sort. And by the way, 51, that's Michael Dana, who, despite the number 51, is an edge rusher. So, sometimes that gets confusing, but yeah. Edge rusher, not a linebacker. Anyways, see what happens. So Dana cuts to the inside, and it seems like Gronkowski kind of just lets him through, so that way, Smith will be blocking him, and now Gronkowski could at least look at Sorensen if he's blocking, and if not, well then, just trust Smith can make this play. But the issue is that this is going to be tough for Smith, because Smith knew he had help to his left, and now that help is not helping him. So this is kind of a difficult situation. It was really a good move. I don't really blame Gronkowski for it. It was a good move, but you're going to see a better one from Smith. Watch him latch that left arm all the way over, and really, by the way, no question how guys get concussed a lot. Look at that head-to-head thing. That's tough. Donovan Smith's head's right on the shoulder. Not great. Don't love it, but that's why you wear a helmet, I suppose. He's in a good position, though, to block it out of the way, which I think is very important. That left arm is doing a good job, and quite frankly, I think Donovan Smith, one of the things that he's really good at is he understands sometimes don't worry about trying to stop him in his tracks. Sometimes just give your quarterback an extra 1 or 2 seconds, especially when that quarterback is Tom Brady and doesn't need that much time to begin with. Smith pushes Dana out of the way, which means that eventually Brady does make this throw. He hits Brown, and that's just a good job by Smith of understanding the situation and not letting a bad start turn into a disaster. Really good comeback from him. And there was also a play like this where, again, the play action worked really well in the Super Bowl, so that's something worth mentioning. I think Tampa Bay did a good job of taking advantage of it. So watch, once this play starts, you notice that, again, the edge rusher going up against Smith, not exactly sure what this play is going to be. It's really about right now when I've paused it that that it's probably going to be, not a rushing play, but it is play action. So that's what he's coming to the realization of. So already a head start for Smith. And again, Donovan Smith, if he can get the right hand placement, he's going to be fine. But watch how he sort of absorbs that swipe move and then eventually is doing a great job of just pushing 92 behind Brady. Again, that looks like, there was eventually pressure, but there was so long on that play. Brady had time to get to, he looked to his right, left, then back to his right to find Gronkowski, who at that point was in a scramble drill type mode. He had already finished his route and did something else, but it wasn't a scramble. It wasn't like the play, Brady made something with his legs work. It was just the offensive line created a scramble drill with how much time they gave Brady. And, of course, a part of that was the left tackle, Donovan Smith, who has been much maligned in Tampa Bay for quite some time, and not anymore after the job he did in the playoffs. He deserves a lot of credit. And that's just what's cool about the playoffs. And, you got to feel good for him. He was constantly a punching bag on Buccaneers Twitter. So for him to now just sort of show up and say, you know what, I'm going to prove all of you guys wrong and turn his haters into people that love him, that's pretty cool to see, I think. And that's what makes the playoffs so fun. That's what makes football so fun. At least that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.